Donald Trump is in full panic mode. His economy is collapsing, prices are skyrocketing, his tariffs are wrecking consumers, his mass deportations have done nothing but give the vast majority of our country something to unite against. He's still embarrassing us on the world stage, and we are not letting him escape the impact of the Epstein files. And he is hovering at an all-time low just above a 40% favorability rating. But there are politicians that are even less favorable than Trump, according to the polls. The problem is that these people are the same people, the Democratic leaders, that are supposed to be fighting back against Trump and his ruinous regime. The latest polls from Morning Consult show that Trump has a 45% favorability rating. The sycophantic Mike Johnson, just 28%. But when Democrats start to look in the mirror, they're not going to like what they see. Hakeem Jeffries, 27%. Chuck Schumer, 25%. You can see the numbers for yourself. We're going to link the polls in the description below. And look, to most Americans, Trump and his cronies are absolutely awful. But to them, Democrats are even worse. Republicans right now are doing everything they can to hand us a blue wave, a path to victory in November. But time and time again, our leaders on the left are letting us down. For Schumer, we've seen this movie before. We had the leverage of a possible government shutdown over a Republican spending bill. And then came the Schumer surrender, thinking that you could reason with these MAGA folks across the aisle. And I get it, this part may anger some of you. In a bygone era of politics, when politics was more civil, I could see the wisdom of a Chuck Schumer. I could argue that the value of a deal maker like Schumer was something that we needed leading our party. But we are not in a deal era. Our country is burning. Our cities are being invaded. Our friends and neighbors are disappearing and dying, and there is no room for compromise. I don't know why Schumer cannot see that. And then Hakeem Jeffries. And I'm not doing the right-wing he's scared routine, because he's not. I'm doing the practical reality here. Trump is shredding our country, and Jeffries cannot rally his own party. But perhaps even worse than Jeffries having a paltry favorability rating is that according to the poll, a staggering 26% of respondents have never even heard of the guy. That tells you everything you need to know about his leadership. He says nothing. He has no plan. Look, if you can't rally your own caucus, if your own side can't tell the public what you stand for, then your leadership is nothing more than symbolism. It's not power. Jeffries refused to endorse Mamdani. He talks like a defeated man, and he could not keep a handful of House Democrats from voting for a bill that gives a massive funding increase to the Department of Homeland Security and ICE, an increase to the armed, masked vigilantes that are ignoring court orders, violating the Constitution, maiming and destroying humans, all while celebrating their death and destruction. An increase to the people that continue to tell you not to believe your own eyes. The people that are destroying evidence, blocking emergency aid, and taking lives with zero compassion. So yes, now, only now, after the terror in Minnesota and around our country, these leaders are finally starting to say that they would stand up against the Republican DHS funding bill. Finally. The problem is it shouldn't have ever gotten to finally. We've already lost our footing. So look, if you continue to think that a plan of putting out overcrafted statements and attempting to negotiate with a room full of armed, rabid, and developmentally challenged badgers wearing red hats, you will never win. Jeffries and Schumer talk like they are working the customer service desk for our democracy. Please hold while we attempt to find an answer. Schumer, he keeps assuming that the other side is going to wake up and operate in good faith. But this isn't good faith. This is a regime that has an open disdain for decorum. You cannot be weak around them. Now, the good news is that there are plenty of young, energized folks ready to take the reins of our party. I want to hear from you. Who are you counting on to win big in November? I want to see that in the comments. And if you want to see Democrats stop playing patty cake with authoritarianism, do me a favor. Hit like, comment, and share because yes, the algorithm is part of the fight now.
a corrupt congressman, his faithless henchwoman. Together they've sold justice to the highest bidder. But when a boy's death threatens their empire, they'll lie, bribe, kill to keep their secrets buried. Only one man remembers, and this time, the system's fixers are the ones getting fixed. A Death in Arcadia. Every secret has a price,